In Boston, there are two strangers from Quincy. Rory, a divorced Marine veteran, and Kobe Murphy, an alcoholic ex-con, are drawn into a high-stakes heist. Both men are battling their own demons. Rory, haunted by his past, struggles to open up to his therapist, Dr. Rivera, about the risky venture. Meanwhile, Kobe faces warnings from Mr. Kelly, his bartender, urging him to steer clear of the criminal life that once landed him behind bars. As the city's mayoral election night unfolds, the corrupt incumbent, Joseph Michelli, is hosting a lavish celebration at the wharf, where he expects to collect a small fortune in cash bribes. Unbeknownst to him, mobsters Bessie Guy and the Chico have orchestrated a plan to intercept this cash before it's whisked away by an armored car. They enlist Scalvo, along with Rory and Kobe, to carry out the daring robbery, with Rory insisting on his cut, a precise sum of $32,480. The trio sneaks into the wharf's bustling kitchen, only to find the party is still in full swing. Despite the victory of challenger Mark Choi, Michelle refuses to concede, leaving the room tense. When they discover the safe already emptied, Scalvo decides to take matters into his own hands, robbing Michelli and his closest associates. Even snatching Michelli's prized bracelet, chaos erupts as the chief of police intervenes, leading to a deadly shootout where Scalvo and the chief kill each other, and Kobe is wounded. Rory and Kobe manage a narrow escape, fleeing in the armored car, but soon abandon it after realizing a guard's still inside. Seeking refuge at Mr. Callie's house, they reach out to the Chico for help, unaware that he has already set a deadly trap. Scalvo's associates, Bush and Kalani, are on their way to eliminate them, leaving Rory and Kobe in a desperate fight for survival. With a massive manhunt underway for the elusive thieves, Mayor Michelli turns to Frank Toomey, a hardened officer from the Special Operations Unit, with a critical mission: recover the stolen bracelet. This isn't just any piece of jewelry, it's engraved with a combination to Michelli's office safe, making it a top priority. Toomey begins his investigation by interrogating the Chico, while Rory reveals to Kobe that his share of the heist is meant to repair the broken bond with his estranged son, a final shot at redemption. The tension escalates when Butch and Kalani arrive, intent on executing Rory and Kobe, but the two thieves have rigged the house, cutting the gas line, turning it into a potential death trap. Butch realizes that one wrong move could ignite the entire place. Seizing the moment, Rory and Kobe make a daring escape, fleeing with the precious bracelet just as the house erupts into a fiery explosion behind them. Desperate and running out of options, Rory brings the injured Kobe to Dr. Rivera, taking her as a reluctant but willing hostage. They treat Kobe's gunshot wound at Rivera's home, but their respite is short-lived. The police are closing in fast, and after Rivera secretly calls for help, the trio is forced to flee again, this time in Rivera's car. Despite the odds, Rivera stays by Rory's side, determined to help him, and they narrowly survive a high-speed chase with the police hot on their trail. Seeking refuge, the trio breaks into Mr. Kelly's empty bar, hoping for a moment of peace. But instead, they come face-to-face with Toomey, who has tracked them down. In a tense standoff, Toomey takes Rivera and the bracelet, leaving Rory and Kobe cornered by the authorities. But Rory isn't done fighting. In a last-ditch effort, Kobe cuts the gas line once more, creating chaos as the bar explodes, allowing them to slip away into the night. Kobe has committed the number combination from the bracelet to memory, and he and Rory make a bold decision to go after the money hidden in the mayor's office. To pull off this heist, they steal firefighter uniforms and set off the fire alarms at City Hall, triggering a full evacuation. Disguised as firefighters, they blend in with the chaos and slip inside the building, but their plan hits a snag when real firefighters arrive, forcing them to barricade themselves in the mayor's office along with his counsel, Alan Flynn. Inside the office, they crack open Michelli's safe, revealing millions in dirty cash. Flynn, sensing an opportunity, offers to testify against Michelli, handing over 2 hard drives packed with incriminating evidence. As the police close in, surrounding City Hall, a firefight breaks out, and Kobe is wounded again, this time in the same shoulder. Dr. Rivera is brought in to negotiate, and she exits the building with Flynn, while Rory and Kobe push the safe out of a window, causing a chaotic scramble as the crowd below fights for the scattered cash. Amid the pandemonium, Rory and Kobe make their getaway in a fire truck, but their escape is short-lived. They're intercepted by Toomey, who corners them. In a desperate bid for freedom, they offer Toomey the hard drives in exchange for their lives. But Toomey isn't swayed and has taken them into custody, ending their wild run. Meanwhile, Bessie Guy and the Chico make a desperate escape to a remote cabin, planning to cross the Canadian border on foot. Their attempt mirrors that of Michelli, who is captured while trying to flee to Canada. Back in Boston, Mark Choi takes office as the new mayor and is handed the hard drives, which contain account information tied to $100 million in untraceable funds. Realizing the opportunity, Choi decides that as long as he doesn't prosecute Kobe and Rory, he and his team can quietly keep the money. With the heat off, Rory finally reconnects with his estranged son, and Kobe pays a visit to Dr. Rivera at her home. But in a chilling mid-credits scene, Bessica and the Chico's fate is revealed. They're found frozen to death in the wilderness, having failed in their bid to slip across the Canadian border. The Instigators falters with an unfocused script that fails to deliver on its promising premise of a heist set against a corrupt mayoral election. The story, centered on Rory and Kobe, lacks tension and meaningful stakes, making it difficult to engage with the characters or their motivations. Despite a strong cast, the film squanders its talent, with key actors like Michael Stolberg and Alfred Molina fading into the background. Affleck, miscast as the sarcastic Kobe, drains energy from scenes that should have been lively, and the lack of chemistry between him and Damon further weakens the film. Visually and stylistically, the movie disappoints with disjointed music choices and lackluster special effects, particularly in its car chase scenes. Songs like Ball of Confusion and Jump Around are awkwardly placed, disrupting the narrative flow rather than enhancing it. The film fails to create memorable moments or engaging characters, ultimately leaving little impact. The Instigators comes across as a missed opportunity, offering little more than a collection of forgettable images and a weak attempt at a heist thriller. Thank you very much for watching the whole video. And if you have a movie or TV show that you want us to cover, just comment it down below. We'll make a video of it in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our playlist for more recaps.